In this problem, we want to subtract these two rational expressions and then add one. So before we can do this, we want to get a common denominator. So when we look at this, the common denominator is going to be this factor of x plus 1 times this factor of 4x. And then this one is just like 1 over 1. So we'll just leave it as a factor of 1. So now multiplying each of these expressions to get the common denominator means I need to multiply this rational expression by 4x over 4x. I need to multiply this rational expression here by x plus 1 divided by x plus 1. And then I need to multiply this one here by the whole common denominator. So this one is going to be x plus 1 times 4x over x plus 1 times 4x. So when I rewrite this then, it's going to be 4x times 4x, and I'm going to leave it like this just for right now, divided by 4x times x plus 1 minus x plus 1 times x plus 1 divided by 4x times x plus 1 plus, I'm going to write this as 4x like this, times x plus 1 divided by the common denominator 4x times x plus 1. And so now you see I have a common denominator for each of these rational expressions. So I'm going to multiply out each of the numerators and then write it over one common denominator. 4x times 4x is 16x squared. And we're going to subtract the product here. So when I multiply x plus 1 times x plus 1, it's going to be x squared plus 2x plus 1. And I'm being really careful about this negative sign because I have to subtract each term of the binomial. That's why I've put it in parentheses here. Plus, distribute this 4x to each term of this binomial. It's going to be 4x squared plus 4x. And then this is all over one common denominator of 4x times x plus 1. And now when I distribute this negative to each term of the binomial, let me get a different color here. This will distribute to each of these. So this is really then going to be plus negative x, it's negative x squared rather, negative 2x, and a negative 1. And this will just make my simplification now a little easier. So I combine like terms in the numerator. I'm sorry, I see that I wrote at x to the 4th here. This should actually be x squared. So I've got a 16x squared, a negative x squared, and a 4x squared. So when I combine those like terms, it's like a 20x squared minus a 1x squared. So that's going to give me 19x squareds. I have a negative 2x and a positive 4x, so that will give me a positive 2x when I combine those. And then I will have the minus 1 all over the common denominator of 4x times x plus 1. And this then is the final answer for this problem.